Understanding the emotional side of selling a business and how that's affecting you as a seller is critical to the outcome of the business sale process. We created this video series to help sellers that are new to the business sale process, to help them understand how to engage with the process more effectively, how to work with advisors and get the best outcome and maybe sleep better at night. So today we're going to talk about what is the emotional side of selling a business if you're the seller. Now, it might sound like a funny topic and what seems like a technical thing to be doing, which is selling a business. It isn't. In fact, the emotional side is probably one of the most important aspects, not just for you, but for the other people that are involved. A business isn't like selling a house where it's an asset or a car. You give someone the keys and you get on and do something else. It's a living, breathing thing that has your key people that took the journey with you, your customers, your legacy, the baby you built and taken care of over the years. And you're going to care about that. My experience is people care about that as much as they do about the financial side of selling a business. They often don't know it when we start the process, and they start off with the mentality of selling a house and wanting me to get the best price. And it morphs into, I got to make sure everybody's taken care of. Therein begins the emotional journey. Imagine that you've had this business that for many people has been your identity, which could be for decades. Imagine that, next to getting married and having kids, selling a business is the biggest thing most people do. Most people do it once, maybe a few times. But if it's a business you've run for a long time, and maybe you're retiring, it's heralding a new chapter in your life. It's a chapter of retirement, a chapter of a loss of identity. And that can be very conflicting for many people. And it's important in the first instance to recognize that's normal and that's going to happen. I've sold over 50 businesses and been involved with 100 transactions, over 100. And I've witnessed this time and time again. And a lot of our job is to take that journey with the people and to be there to talk to them when these things come up. And it's very, very common. And to know it's okay. There is a difference in life change. And why do people sell a business in the first place? We always talk about how it's a heart switch that goes off that says it's time for my life to move in a new direction. It's a very untechnical explanation, but it's my observation. Normally that's what's going on. And sometimes there's a life event, sometimes the spouse is retired and wants to travel with you. Sometimes it's a health problem. Sometimes it's moving to another country. But whatever it is, generally people that start businesses have this X factor leadership. There's very special people that have been able to build and navigate something for over a number of years, a business to where it is today. And so it's a big part of their life, and they put a lot of effort into doing it. And it will be very strange to not have that in their life. And there's a sense of a loss of identity. And so I think the key thing is recognize that's normal, recognize getting help for that if you need it, that you can. Recognize also a certain amount of, that this is part of life. And, it's like when the kids leave for university, there's a sadness. It's similar to that, but we know it's part of life and it needs to happen, and accepting that. There's another aspect people don't normally think about until it happens, is that your business will have key people in it. And your business is, you're selling your future cash flow. We always say it's like a sausage machine, and the sausage is profit, and you're selling your future sausage. But the thing that produces the sausage is your sausage machine, which is mostly the people. And of the people, it's those key people that have been with you that are so important to you, that have worked for you, been your key lieutenants for so long, that you'll want to take care of. Now, if we organize a business sale correctly and we have a really good cultural fit, which is something we go to great lengths to make sure that we have a good cultural fit, because those are the deals that close and deliver value after the fact, as we've said many times in other videos, then what we're going to do is we're going to empower those people to take the next step up in their careers. A good buyer, it's almost like an MBO, only the buyer's replacing the X factor leadership void that's created when you, the owner, leaves. And now you have your key people stepping up. Well, what can happen during a sale process, which rolls out over 4 or 5 months, is the buyer is much more interested in those key people. Of course he is, as he's doing due diligence. There's a whole stream of work called post-sale planning that ends up becoming a big part of what the process is about, and planning for the future and all that. And you're not really generally invited to those meetings because, or not necessarily, but you don't need to be, because it's all about what the buyer is going to be doing with those key people. And suddenly they're the important ones. And when they've been your key lieutenants for a number of years, that can be very unsettling. And for people, because suddenly I'm not the most important person. I'm not the boss anymore. I'm not the one everyone's looking at. They're looking at these new guys, the new guys coming in. And that can be very, very difficult in my experience for people. And the reason for bringing it up is something noticed is half solved. The fact that we're talking about this and it's a normal phenomenon. So when it happens, you can notice it and say, yep, Ken said this was going to happen. And it's just something I have to go through. I have to let, my children go to university and live their own lives. It's a similar energy to that. And that's all okay. But there is a lot of emotion that goes in this journey, and a lot of uncertainty with retirement and things like that. And it's just understanding that will be happening. It's not like selling any other kind of asset. It's like selling a part of yourself, but in a part of your life journey is changing. And again, if you have a good M&A advisor that has been through this many times, they can provide some help and some understanding without having seen many other people go through it. And there's also help you can get elsewhere if you need it. And then it's very, very important beyond that to be planning what you're going to be doing after the sale. You need to plan what comes next. You need to take all your things that you wanted to do or whatever and make a plan so that you have that in place after the deal closes that you can just launch into. It's not very healthy to have no idea what you're going to do the day after the business closes, because suddenly you have this responsibility and now you have nothing. It's a massive void. The people that are happiest tend to have made a plan, a post-sale plan. So while during due diligence, we're doing a post-sale plan for the company, you need to be doing a post-sale plan for your life after the sale that you can immediately launch in to fill the void that you had with the business. This isn't true for everyone. I'm just talking generically here, but maybe some of the things I've said will resonate with people and help. And this can all be managed. We're all adults, but noticing and knowing that these things are normal maybe would be helpful. We've done this series to help people that are new to selling businesses to have a better experience and a better outcome. We have written a book called Selling Your Business, which has 18 chapters on topics like this. There is a link in the description field below for a free copy. Feel free to click on that, or if you'd like a paper copy, we're happy to send that to you. We wish you the best in your business sale journey.